teach people how to play tunes in workshops because it's pointless. If I taught you how to do something today and you went out and you could probably do it in a week or so, what would you actually know from that? Nothing. You just know how to emulate me doing a single tune. None of the pertinent questions are being asked, right? Like, in order to play something like another Chet tune, because I was always into flat picking, even when I was a kid. I learned this wrong. I learned it as a flat pick tune instead of playing it with my fingers like Chet did, right? But a tune called Blue Angel. So that thing taught me a ton of. See, I want you to notice that I'm not talking about where notes are or what melody is, or I'm talking to you about the tools that I'm using to play this stuff. It's just a toolbox, right? So that tune there taught me about melodics, which is a banjo terminology. Melodic banjo is where you play closed strings against open ones to get a desired effect, right? I didn't even do it on a guitar. It's a banjo thing, but that's the idea, like playing a major scale. See what I'm doing? There's an open string for every closed string, and it makes you jump octaves at will. You don't have to play them because every other note is open. So Blue Angel's the same way. Like a lot of it's not actually fingered. It's open. There's a million ways to do that lick, but I'm just keep running it off of that E string as opposed to this E note or some other E note, right? So it's a melodic lick. And it's real prevalent in the second half. And then this closed lick. Now that there is just straight chromatic, forcing it to happen. Everything is closed, right? But the ending. See how I made that jump? That open B gives me time to move down there. So that's what I started to learn, was like there's an easier way to do something every time. Doesn't matter what you're learning. There's always the easiest way to finger it and to pick it. If you were to play that entirely closed, you'd kill yourself. You'd be ruined after one performance because there's just no need of doing it. It's so much easier if you utilize all the open strings. That's the hardest lick because it's all closed. So learning those things, I started to see, okay, wait a minute. I'm not ever always hearing what I think I'm hearing on records. And I taught myself to know the difference between this and this and this. They're the same note, but they all sound different. You hear how they get thicker as it goes up the neck because you're moving down to the bit heavier strings. I taught myself how to hear that. And then that opened all these doors about, okay, how do I play this phrase that I want to play? Should I play it here? Should I play it there? How did Chet play it? How did Tony play it? How did whoever I was listening to? And I gravitated toward guitar players that were doing the easiest thing, right? And it doesn't matter what you listen to it and go, that's impossible. No, it's just that they figured out a way to do it, right? So when you're learning, you need to not focus so much on actually learning tunes and melodies and licks and all these things. Learn the tools. That's the point, is to learn the tools that allow you to figure out what you want to play on the guitar. And there's a million of them. Questions. I encourage a lot of questions during these things. So does anybody have any questions about what I've said so far?
So J.P., was that a minor scale you were using when you were in that last bit, or was that a major?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know a goddamn thing about theory.
Oh, sorry.
Not a thing. I can tell you the tune's played in A minor, and likely all of these scales are some form of minor scale. There's no thirds in it, right?
There is a way of doing the Do-Re-Mi scale with open notes. I saw somebody do that once. Was that something that you did?
Oh, I'm sure I do.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure there's licks and tunes that I play that involve just straight major scales that I'm messing with.
Yeah.
Right? Because sometimes you just have to. Sometimes it's just not conducive to go. Or all closed, right? But you need to know that as well. That's one of the first things I teach in my school is the difference between playing a major scale closed and open. Open's obvious, so you have to have it to play whatever, right? But to play the scale, like a G scale, to play it closed is a massive tool. Because you can move the thing anywhere, it's exactly the same pattern. So no matter what key you're trying to play an idea or a solo in, if you're using closed mechanics, you can play anywhere. If you're just building things out of a major scale, which basically everything is, just major scale with a few twists and turns, right? Anybody else?
Yeah, well, going right back to the beginning, when you learned that first piece, you said your mom showed you how to play that?
Yeah, my mother played the guitar just with her thumb. And I learned like that. I think I made my G like that. She made her G with her thumb over the top, right? So like I was 5 years old. And so they taught me to do, that's how she taught me.
Were there other people in your life that you watched play, or was it?
My brother played, but nothing that, he was a rhythm guitar player. Yeah. So it was useless to me.
So you're listening to records?
I just spent all my time listening to records. Literally, with headphones on, sitting on the floor in front of a turntable, just playing records. And my father got me my first one. It was an album called This Is Chet Atkins. And that's how it started. And I just basically I looked at the picture on the front. It was a watercolor painting of it. And it was beautiful. I still remember it to this day. I could see it in my mind so clearly. And I looked at the painting and I saw what he was doing, right? And I thought, okay, well, that's pretty cool. So he was up here playing a chord like this, and that hand was there with that pinky touching the guitar, and it was all just curled up nicely, and you could just see he had the most beautiful hands, big square knuckles, and he was really it was a work of art watching him play, because he barely moved. And when I finally did see him play, which was on Hee Haw. When I was a kid, when the $1 Million Band came on, I nearly crapped in my pants because I was like, holy shit, it's Chet Atkins, right?